The Kalki Manifestation, an audio script for human beings, not medical professionals. Close your eyes for a moment. Think of someone you love, a child, a mother, a friend. Now ask yourself honestly, if they fell ill tonight, would I know what to do? Most of us wouldn't. And that silence, that uncertainty, that is where the real danger lives. We have been told the greatest threat to humanity is the superbug, the resistant bacteria, the mutating virus, the invisible enemy. But what if we have been looking in the wrong direction? What if the greatest threat is not what is attacking us from outside, but how we think from within? Since the day you were born, you have never been alone. Not truly. Trillions of microscopic beings live inside you right now, in your gut, in your lungs, on your skin. They were there before your first breath. They will be there at your last. They shape how you feel when you wake up. They influence what you crave to eat. They whisper into your immune system. You are not just a person. You are an entire living world. And for generations, nobody told us this. Then came antibiotics, and they were miraculous, genuinely miraculous. Mothers didn't lose children to simple infections anymore. Surgeries became survivable. The world sighed with relief. But somewhere along the way, relief became arrogance. We stopped seeing microbes as partners in a system we barely understood. We started seeing them as enemies to be exterminated. We used antibiotics like weapons, not surgically, not carefully, but freely, carelessly, constantly, for a cough, for a cold, for fear itself. We declared war on biology, and biology has been preparing its response since we invented antibiotics and chemicals to destroy its ecosystem. Antimicrobial resistance is not a punishment. Let me say that again. It is not a punishment. It is a response. The microbes we tried to destroy did what all living things do. They adapted, they evolved, they survived. And now what we unleashed has returned. Stronger, more resilient, completely indifferent to our intentions. This is not science fiction. This is happening right now, in hospitals, in villages, in cities, in children who simply needed care. The ancient texts described a moment like this, not as a warrior arriving on a white horse with a sword, but as a reset, a microscopic correction when a civilization loses its way. That is the Kalki we are living through. What we call a superbug may simply be nature doing what nature always does, correcting an imbalance, not with anger, not with malice, but with the cold, precise logic of a system that has been running billions of years longer than we have. Biology scans. Biology evaluates. Biology acts. Like a system update that cannot be canceled. Every organism, every cell, every microbe follows an ancient protocol written into the fabric of life itself. We didn't read the instructions, and now the system is correcting itself, with or without our permission. Here's the truth that breaks your heart. This correction does not ask if you are a good person. It does not check if you took your antibiotics responsibly. It does not ask if you voted right, prayed enough, or meant well. Biology follows laws, not emotions. And if you are connected to a compromised system, a hospital overwhelmed by resistant infections, a community where antibiotics are handed out like sweets, a world where fear drives people to seek medicine they don't need, your proximity itself becomes your vulnerability. The network becomes the vector. This is not fate. This is not destiny. This is physics. And physics can be changed if we change our behavior. Fear leads to panic. Panic leads to hospitals. Hospitals amplify infection. Infection breeds resistance. Resistance kills. This is the chain. It has been running silently for decades, and almost nobody has named it. Until now. The single most powerful thing we can do is not develop a new drug. It is to break this chain. And that begins with one simple thing: understanding. Dr. Maya does not treat disease. Dr. Maya does something far more powerful. It guides behavior. When you are frightened at 2 a.m. because your child has a fever, Maya is there. Not to alarm you, not to send you rushing to a hospital, but to hold your hand through the decision. Is this serious? Or can we wait and watch? Do we need a doctor now? Or does this just need rest and time? Should we isolate? Or is this safe to manage at home? Not through fear, not through force, through clarity, through calm, through conscious decision-making. That is the revolution, not a new medicine, a new way of thinking. Imagine a world where millions of people no longer walk into hospitals out of panic, where mothers in villages know the difference between a fever that needs watching and a fever that needs acting on, where a young father in a city doesn't demand antibiotics for a viral cold because he finally understands why that choice could one day kill his child. This is not a dream. This is the mathematics of behavior change. Objective 1. Reduce millions of deaths, not with a new drug, but with a better decision. Objective 2. Protect the antibiotics we have left by using them only when they are truly needed. Objective 3. Turn fear into responsibility. Turn reaction into awareness. Turn panic into power. We stand at the edge of something humanity has never faced before. A world where the medicines that saved us may no longer work. Where the next surgery, the next childbirth, the next simple wound infection could become a death sentence. Not because we lacked science, because we lacked wisdom. The Kalki manifestation is not coming. It is here. And the question it is asking us, every single one of us, is not, can you be cured? It is asking, can you change? Dr. Maya was built for this moment, not to replace your doctor, not to frighten you, but to stand beside you, in the gap between panic and understanding, and say, you don't have to face this alone. Thank you.